What is going on, people? Welcome back to another episode in the career mode today. Season 2 is here, of course. We already uploaded episode 1 of Season 2 yesterday, where we had £100 million to spend, and I was stuck on what to do. Felt like we needed to make some signings, but I wasn't really sure where we can upgrade with our side. But I gave you guys the little comment to ask you, and boy, did you guys give me so many suggestions. There was tons to go through. So I wanted a right back, and I asked for some. My goodness me, you guys came in clutch. So let's take a look at most of the right backs that were suggested. I didn't shortlist every single one of them. I shortlisted the ones where the names were popping up fairly frequently and such, and that was that. So without further ado, we're just going to jump into all of the suggested right backs. I did say that you guys came in clutch. There is 5 right backs that have been suggested in today's episode. So let's go through them. Of course, I'm scouting a lot of these guys, trying to get some more information. First up, we have Timothy Fosu-Mensah. Obviously spent last season in this game on loan at Fulham. So he's had some Premier League experience. The beauty about him is that he's only got a year left on his current deal with Manchester United, which means we might be able to get him at a cheaper price than we possibly could have before. So that could be one of the avenues we potentially try and go down. Following that, DeAndre Yedlin, of course. He is now playing his trade at PSV, which I don't actually know when he joined them. It doesn't actually say that he's joined them this year, so he might still be able to make an offer for him. Following him, we have Alvaro Odriozola. This guy was probably the most suggested out of the 5 right backs on offer today. He is the man currently that's probably the highest rated out of all 5 of them, but he's going to be the most expensive as well. To try and get him from Real Madrid is going to be very, very difficult indeed. He does have a release clause of £37 million, and I do have the funding to be able to activate that if we wish to do so. So that could be another avenue we try and go down. We've then got David Calabria. He's playing for Monaco, 22 years of age. I'm pretty sure. Wasn't he a Milan player at one point? I have used him before. He's a decent fullback. He does the job for you. And the last one on offer is Mitchell Weiser of Bayer Leverkusen. Again, solid choice. Can play at right mid, can play at right back. And could be a good signing as well. So I've gone ahead, I'm going to scout all these guys further. I'm going to wait until we have a few more information, or a bit more information, should I say, about them. And then we're going to make our judgments on who we want to make a move for. But with £80 million still left in the window, and still left in our transfer kitty, you can bet your bottom dollar we are going to start making some moves today for players. Especially with the season that's going to be upon us very soon. We have about 20 days between now and the beginning of the season where we take on Watford for our first game in that one. So that is obviously coming up very quickly. We need to start making signings happen indefinitely, really, as we get 2 offers here. First one, Pascal Gross will be going absolutely nowhere. Appreciate the offer, Palace, but I'm not accepting that one. We've also got an offer for Dry, which I think I've accepted. Yeah, I have. See if he leaves the club. Now, Anthony Knockaert. I spoke about this one before. I said that I was going to get rid of him because of the fact that we didn't need another winger here. He's been a great servant for Brighton and for myself in the series in Season 1. But I feel like he's not going to play many games for us this season. So I would like him to leave the club, but if he's going to leave, I want it to be out of England. So Hertha Berlin, I believe, are the team that have made an offer here. We're going to try and bump it up slightly by 600k, see if they accept that, and they say yes to it. So 9.3 is the deal that we've managed to negotiate for Knockaert. We'll see if he agrees terms with Hertha Berlin or not, and momentarily see what happens there. All right then, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ourselves into a game here. We're going to take on Sevilla in the final of the pre-season tour just to end this all off. And then we're going to get ourselves into the best part of the episode, all the signings that are coming. Balotelli's back in the team today. He, of course, missed the last one through fitness. We also have a debut. Well, I'd say a debut. It's not a competitive debut, but it is still a debut for Kehrer, regardless, the man from PSG, which we purchased last episode out. And we'll see how both of these guys are going to perform. Obviously, my first time using Mario Balotelli, our surprise signing of last episode. And he comes in to be our number 9 this year in the Premier League. I'm thoroughly excited. Also, we should have the draw for the Champions League. I realised that actually didn't happen last episode. So that should be happening pretty soon in this one, I believe. We'll get our draw for the Champions League. Be able to see who we're playing against. I just sincerely hope that the video doesn't get copyrighted due to that aspect. So if it does, you won't see the draw, unfortunately. But if it doesn't, you get to see yourself a Champions League draw. So we'll see if that's going to be the case later on today. But without further ado, it's time for the pre-season tour final. I normally don't play these, but I think because this season we've got new signings in across the board, I need to kind of get to grips with them. So we are going to play it. Rabiot already on the ball here, looking for Mario. Super Mario, as I'm going to call him. Here's Pascal Gross, giving the ball away early on. But the game's underway, and I'm feeling pretty confident today. Also, if I sound weird, I am still a little bit sick, so... yeah, Balotelli, edge of the area. Oh, Mario! Very nearly scores for me here. That is what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying, guys. If you get these finesse shots on lockdown, Mario's going to bang them in for fun this season. Unfortunately, that one came off the top of the crossbar. We had one of them in the last episode from Yassine Brahimi, but this time it's Mario getting in on the act. I just sincerely hope we don't give away one chance to Sevilla and they take it. Bit of defending to do, as we miss our tackle with Kera. Not a good start to Brighton Life. Ball comes in. Sessegnon does well there at the back post, to be honest, because I felt like he was going to lose that header. Balotelli's gone. Not sure what the pass was. Okay, well, again, more defending. They're just launching the ball in the box every opportunity they get, Sevilla. They clearly understand that I can't defend crosses and corners because that's what they're going for at the moment. Oh, my God, Rabiot! You're supposed to be one of the better passers of the ball on the pitch, mate. What was that? Should have gone straight to his man. Well done, Martin Montoya, for putting it behind. But Rabiot, mate, that's outrageous. Supposed to be one of the better players on the pitch. It was a oh, no. Oh, well done, Ramiro. It was supposed to be... Why did the ball go all the way backwards? I don't even know what's happening right now on my screen. I genuinely don't know what's going on. Yeah, Rabiot, man. What was that pass that he played? It should have been simple inside towards Davy Proper. Instead, he passed it straight to a Sevilla player. Sessegnon, poor pass, but it might just be kept in play by Brahimi. It is. And now here we go again. Sessegnon towards the feet of Rabiot. Montoya, where are you? Run into that space, mate. All he had to do was run into the space as we feed Rabiot. Rabiot driven across the face of goal. Brighton 1, Sevilla 0. And it's Adrian Rabiot with the finish inside the last few minutes of this first half here. My goodness me. It was a lovely finish. It was a lovely finish indeed. A driven shot, man. I've got to say, I don't use the driven shot that much this year because I don't feel like it's as effective as it is last year. So this time I chose to use it, and Rabiot makes it golden. What a finish from the Frenchman. Not the greatest game so far here in the opening half, but tell you what, that is a quality finish, and we take the lead here against Sevilla. And there is the half-time whistle as well. Brighton 1, Sevilla 0 at the break. Rabiot's goal, the difference maker. It's largely been a very, very poor game here in terms of chances created. Remember, we can make as many changes as we want, but I'm not going to start making those changes just yet. I'm going to give the boys a few more minutes out on the field of play. Try and just really get ourselves a second goal, secure this one up, but I'm going to go to defensive just to try and see the game out if we possibly can here. Obviously, I'm not the most convincing when it comes to defending this year, but I am able to kind of close 1-0s out quite a few times as Kera's header. This is what I mean. Proper should have been on that, but Pascal Gross will feed Balotelli, who has nobody up there for support. Brahimi is the only man making a run, and he's found Brahimi as well. Here is Yassine Brahimi. Cuts back inside on the right foot. Where do I go? Where do we actually go with this? That's a joke. That is a joke. Why did he lunge so badly to try and get that? Last few minutes of the game, and we're still holding out on a 1-0 win so far from Rabiot's goal. And to be honest, I don't know what some of these first touches have been. Let the keeper... Never mind. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What on earth was that? Kera, I know you want to impress me, mate, but there's one thing impressing me and there's another thing taking the mick. As is Ollie Watkins. Gave the ball away again. Nice! Last few minutes, though. Ball just launched up. We win the header again. Ollie Watkins in towards Mario. Going to flick this around the corner. Watkins makes the run. It doesn't matter anyway because we have won the game. We win our pre-season tour as well. 1-0 enough here. Goal from Rabiot towards securing the victory. And we do get ourselves a win. But now, guys, we're out of that one. It's time for some signings. I am excited for this. £80 million to spend. Who do we splash the cash on? Oh, wait, we get to lift ourselves a trophy. Well, first bit of silverware, boys. We won it last year, actually, through penalties, I think, when we simmed it. But obviously, that was different. Mario looks extremely happy with himself, doesn't he? He's not going to be wearing number 18, by the way. I am going to be changing the numbers before we kickstart the Premier League season off. He should be wearing number 9 when we do get into the season itself. So, just to let you guys know on that regards. But there is the trophy lifted by Davy Proper. And we do get ourselves the first bit of silverware, even though it doesn't really count in terms of this season. Let's do it, boys. Time for some signings. At least we were able to defend that 1-0 win as well. So we do get ourselves clean sheet, the win, and defensively looks solid as well. We sold a player. Who has left the club? Let's find out. Drea has gone. Still waiting to see, of course, if Anthony Knockaert will also leave the team. Now, obviously, I am scouting a few people, so we're going to wait for some scout reports to come back before we make our decisions on our right backs. I think right now, Odrizzola's probably the front runner. It seemed like he was the most suggested out of what you guys were saying. And I think in terms of his rating, he's probably high out of the rest of them and good enough to actually come in and play a part in the Champions League. I just want to make sure we haven't actually had that Champions League draw yet. Let's find out. Okay, no, we haven't yet had our Champions League draw. That is the qualification round still coming in. So as soon as that's finished, we should get our draw. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Anthony Knockaert has gone. He joins Hertha Berlin. I'm glad that he's gone out of England because I didn't want him to stay here and obviously come back to bite us in the backside. Disappointed in a sense to see him go because he's obviously a good servant here. But I just think in where he's taking the club, I don't think he's quite good enough for that step up to the Champions League. So I feel like that's a good decision made to let him go. Timothy Weir, actually, was suggested by you guys as well. Exciting prospect. The only problem is, if I bring him in, he's not going to play many games. Unless we bring him in and try and loan him out, potentially. That could be what we do. Like I'm trying to do with Take Fusa Kubo. That could be something we do with Weir. Bakayoko has gone to Leicester. I'm going to actually check out some of the transfers in a minute just to see what's going on in the world of football and see who's making big money moves. Kubo up to a 74 rated. His shot power is down at 50 though. We need to improve that if he's going to get involved in the game here. But let me take a look at some of the big deals before we start making a few of our own. Transfer history. So in terms of the biggest deal of the window, it's still Ivan Perisic. He's gone to Red Bull Leipzig. Rakitic to PSG. Sabitzer to Dortmund. Hamšík to Manchester United, Lanzini to Everton, Pickford, Lo Celso, FC Bayern signed Oscar. I mean, as I'm going down here, you can see some of the big moves. Bakayoko to Leicester from Chelsea. Kennedy has joined Burnley from Chelsea. I'm not sure about that one. Burnley seem to spend a lot of money, actually. They spent a lot first season, they're spending a lot this season. I've just realised as well, we didn't even send our youth scouts out anywhere. That was my bad. I'm going to obviously upgrade the... No, in fact, they're all pretty good. Send them out again to look for some more talent. We're going to go England again as we would. I'm going to send the Greek one to... Let's send him to Australia. Let's go Australia. And then let's go to... With the English guy. I'm feeling... To be honest, let's go Japan. Let's see what we can get from Japan. Okay, so I was going to let one of Locadia or Andone leave. Now, I did see a comment saying that Locadia could play out on the left wing as well, so we should keep him. But at the minute, he's the only one who's had an offer. Andone hasn't actually had one. So if this offer is right from Napoli, I'm going to let him leave, and we'll let him go to Napoli and join them. But it has to be right. So I'm thinking in the region of 16 million here, because that is the least I'll accept for Locadia. So we'll see what they say to 16. They only want to pay 13.7. 15 is my next offer. And if they don't accept that, I'm not sure I'll accept this. But then again, we don't need Locadia here as well. We have Mario Balotelli. Okay, yeah, so they're saying they'll give us 15 million. We'll see, obviously, if that falls through or not. He's going to negotiate terms with Napoli. We'll have to see if that goes through or if it stays as it is. We've got a game coming up against Watford momentarily here on the Saturday, which will start the season off. But we should also begin to get ourselves a few things back. So we have got a few back. You can see here, scout reports coming in. Now, I want to make these deals happen before we get ourselves into the season. So let's take a look at these players that we have scout reports back for. Okay, so looking at these guys here, we've got David Calabria. We've got Michel Weiser. We've got Odriozola. I don't think Yedlin is going to come in. Unfortunately, I can't scout him, so that was that. Fosu Mensah, I don't think is going to come in and improve us. He is good, don't get me wrong, and I do think he would be very, very influential later on. But for right now, I don't think he will be the one that I go for. So we're going to move him out of this list. I feel like as well, Michel Weiser. I don't actually know about Michel Weiser. It's difficult, this, man. It really is, because I'm looking at these guys thinking which one to buy. And honestly, Odriozola's going to have a ridiculous wage. Calabria's got For me, personally, I'm looking at this and thinking that it's between Calabria and Odriozola. I like Visor. I think he's good. But I just think that it's more one of these two guys for me personally. What's Odriozola's crossing? High 80s. What about Calabria? It's low 80s. See, there's not a lot in this between the two of them. I am so stumped. Tell you what I'll do. We're going to make offers for both of these guys. Approach to buy Calabria. We'll make an offer for both, and then I might let you guys decide. Okay. So he's worth 15 million. I'm going to offer 18.5 off the bat. See what Monaco say to that. If they accept it, I'll be quite happy. 24.9 is what they want in return. I'll give them the sell-on fee, but I'm only willing to give them 20 million instead of that which they are looking for. 21.2. Again. 20.5. 20.5. There we go. Okay. So Calabria is negotiated terms with for 20.5 million. We're now going to negotiate terms as well for... where is he? Let me find him. We're going to negotiate terms as well for Odriozola, who's going to cost a little bit more, I believe. We're not going to pay the £37.1 million for him. We're going to negotiate with Real Madrid, see if we can get them a little bit cheaper. So we had 21.5 for Calabria, 20.5. So I'm going to offer 24 off the bat here for Odriozola. It's 1.5 million more than he's worth currently. Jesus. I mean, logically, right? We can still do this. It's 38.5 million. That's ridiculous. 30, mate. How about that? 30 million. They need to consider it. Really? I mean, money's not an issue, okay? Right. Listen, worst case scenario, we have to activate his release clause. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to give you guys a poll at the top right-hand side of this video today for you guys to make a decision between Calabria or Odriozola. You guys decide. We have the money for both. Currently, we've got a £20.5 million deal accepted for David Calabria. But on the other side of that, Alvaro Odriozola, Real Madrid are thinking about a £30 million offer that we've made. The worst case scenario, as I said, is they reject that. The next episode, we have to activate his release clause of 37.1, and we make that happen. So for now, on the poll, I want you guys to act as if it is going to be a £37.1 million deal for Odriozola, because of the fact that I think that's how much it's going to be. It's going to cost us a lot in wage as well. Calabria, in my head, is a more sensible option, but you guys obviously make the decision. They are the two players that you guys get to decide on in today's episode. Calabria or Odriozola for our new right back ahead of the Champions League season. I'm also going to make a couple of more transfers happen before we go, though. I've got a few more players I want to look at. Okay, now, here's the thing. I've seen suggestions from you guys talking about big player signings, which, you know what? There's a sense of realism, yeah, in the series, but at the same time, it's our career mode. We can do whatever we want, okay? So, I've seen you guys wanting me to sign Vinicius Jr., so I'm going to give you a second player choice here, depending on if we get a deal negotiated with Real Madrid for him. So, he's obviously the high potential player. We know about him. He's now at Real Madrid. It's going to cost us a pretty penny, this, I think. I believe he starts at 77. So, I'm going to offer 27 million pounds I'm going to offer. I mean, what? Instantly happy with that? I'll give you 27.5 if we don't have to give you a release clause. Okay, well, Vinicius Jr., we've got a 27.5 million deal on the table, okay? So, here is what I'm going to do for you guys, because obviously I know you guys want to be able to decide on who you want us to join, or who you want to join us here at Brighton. I believe we had another one. Where is he? Martial was also suggested. But it's between him and Rashford for me. Anyway, let me find Martial and I'll be back in a second. Okay, here's the other one then. Martial from Manchester United. I'm going to try and negotiate a deal with Man United for him as well. And then it'll be up to you guys to decide between Anthony Martial or Vinicius Jr. as the two, you or one of the two that you want us to join here with us here at Brighton. Now, obviously, he is worth a bit more than Vinicius Jr. is. He's also higher rated than Vinicius Jr. is. thing is, he only has 12 months left on his contract, so I think we'll be able to get him cheap. There you go. £46 million. Instant offer accepted by Mourinho and Man United for him. So, ladies and gentlemen, over to you guys. Your first player option to decide between is David Calabria or Alvaro Odriozola. Your second player option to decide between is Vinicius Jr. or Anthony Martial. We will only be picking up 2 of these 4 players. In the top right-hand side of today's video, there will be an I button. Click that and you can cast your vote for the one that you want to see us join here at Brighton in this second season. Obviously, we'll get a new right back. We have a new winger after that as well, but I don't actually think I'm going to be deploying them as wingers. I think I'm going to train them to play up front, especially Vinicius Jr. I think he'll be a solid striker, actually. But they are your options from today's video. Unfortunately, I can't show you a Champions League draw because the qualification round is still currently going on. So that will be ahead of next episode when we do come back to it. Obviously, we'll wait for these draws to be played. So it should be next episode we get that draw for our first season in the Champions League. Also, next episode, we will kickstart our season off against Watford. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, over to you guys to decide. You guys have to make your decision. Obviously, new right back between David Calabria or Alvaro Odriozola, and a new winger between Anthony Martial or Vinicius Jr. You guys make your decision. That's it from me for today. If you did enjoy the episode, a like would be greatly appreciated. As always, thank you so much for all of your support on the channel. I really appreciate that as well. If you are new around here and like what you see, the subscribe button is down below. You can click that, follow me on the channel, and never miss another upload either by clicking the notification bell. Until next time, guys, make sure you cast your vote, and I'll see you all again soon. Adios.